Good afternoon, West Ham fans. Hope you're safe and well as per usual. Welcome back to the West Ham Network. I'm Anton here, and I'm in my new surroundings. It's temporary surroundings, and it could be for a few months. We're doing lots of work in this house, and I'm not going to bore you with this, but I'm back in my bedroom. Yes, as you can see, the bed's there. Vladimir Sufal. Not that the missus is happy about that, but that is a little bit of a temporary solution anyway. So just bear with me while we go through the changes in our house. But I'm here to talk to you about West Ham and potentially life without this man here, the Brazilian Magnifico. Follow our Brazilian Magnifico. There's nobody better than Lucas Paqueta, and now he's one of our own. As West Ham look likely to potentially to prepare for life without Paqueta. He is going to be facing an FA investigation next month for allegedly breaching betting rules. And he's accused of obviously picking up 4 bookings with the purpose of financial gain, and he obviously denies those charges. He was cautioned in 4 West Ham games back in 2022. If you don't know, it's the story that we've spoken about and everyone's spoken about for a long time, and he continues to play for West Ham 3 years later from that time back in 2022. Apparently, he will face no action in his homeland in Brazil, despite giving evidence before the Senate Commission earlier this month on the allegation. Now, Everton's former chief, Keith Wyness, who served as a CEO at Everton between 2004 and 2009, he now runs a football consultancy advising elite clubs, and he has had a say on the evidence after the hearing in Brazil. And according to several reports, including TalkSport, new evidence shows that one of the bookings received by Paqueta was a deliberate birthday present for his brother, with the FA likely to pick up on that in the hearing next month. Speaking, out to the mainstream media, it can't be tolerated. The rule is it cannot be tolerated, no matter how harmless it may appear. And we all know that Paqueta was on the verge of joining Manchester City back in 2022, before this investigation did come out. But Wyness himself has told some of the mainstream media it seems that the damning evidence, and it seems to be damning, and it's difficult, but this is something we can't tolerate in the game at any level. People can say bookings are harmless, but it's not. It's a distraction. It stops the run of play. There's a lot of reasons why it's not right, and if he's guilty, he could be in trouble. And there's been lots of talk about life bans, and it would be a shame to lose that talent. There's no doubt he is a great player. We know that ourselves. We know he's a fantastic player, and life without him wouldn't be great, because I think he's grown into his role at West Ham. He's become a mature player at West Ham. We've seen his ups and his downs, and considering he has had to battle through this situation that he's in, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Now, Claret and Hugh themselves have also come out this morning saying that the timeline of Lucas Paqueta's FA hearing and betting charge are not good news. They spoke to top sources at the London Stadium to clarify recent rumours hearing what's happening in March. However, during the exchange, they said that they got more than they bargained with from West Ham. They were told that the hearing starts around March the 20th and lasts for 2 weeks, and the FA will then make their decision. If found guilty, they take a few weeks to make a decision to decide on his punishment. And what actually makes it send shockwaves through West Ham is that the playmaker likely to be either acquitted or banned before the end of April. So either way, we're probably going to find out this season. And the worst case scenario means that he's a lifetime ban for West Ham. West Ham lose the asset that we've once thought was going to be worth potentially £80 million and above. So West Ham are obviously having to try and first and foremost look at the player itself and what hole that creates in the middle of the park. And I think that's something that Graham Potter and Kyle McCauley will all be looking at West Ham to try and look at how we progress moving forward without Paqueta. We have to prepare for that. You have to prepare for the worst case scenario. But also then on top of that is the financial implications to West Ham, because obviously we've lost an asset that we could have sold and made money for. And I don't know if West Ham are covered under insurances, all that sort of stuff. All that stuff will come out and be made clearer. Obviously, the flip side to this is he could be okay and he could get away with it and could be acquitted. But it looks like we'll find out before the end of the season. What will life be like at West Ham without Lucas Paqueta? Um, Coming away from his personal thing in terms of him as a player, what do you think? Do you think it's a big blow to us, or do you think West Ham can cope? I mean, listen, we all know West Ham aren't built on one player. It's all about the team effort. It's just whether or not West Ham can find another playmaker, someone who can be creative, and get the best. Because if you can get the best out of this geezer here, then you've got a very good player, team player who can create opportunities and score goals as well. Nobody's denying his talent. It's just that we all know that it would be a shame if he was to be banned, because again we would lose that asset, we'd lose that player. But let me know your thoughts on the Paqueta situation. West Ham preparing for life without Paqueta? Are we? Are you happy that we are looking at other options? Is it time for Paqueta to go? If he wasn't going to be banned and he was going to stay at the club, would you sell him in the summer? You let me know in the comments below. Hit the thumbs up and of course leave a comment. Come on, your hands.